During a high-stakes business meeting in a sleek Chicago boardroom, Saudi tycoon Khalid al-Mansour, frustrated by miscommunications, switched to Arabic to make a point, expecting no one to understand. The room fell silent until Malik Johnson, the black janitor quietly cleaning the corner, responded fluently in perfect Arabic, stopping everyone in their tracks. What unfolded revealed not just Malik's hidden talents, but a past that reshaped the tycoon's perspective and left the corporate elite stunned. The meeting took place on a crisp October morning in 2023, on the 45th floor of a glass tower in downtown Chicago. Khalid al-Mansour, a 52-year-old billionaire and CEO of a Saudi-based energy conglomerate, was in town to negotiate a $500 million renewable energy deal with Horizon Innovations, a U.S. tech firm. The conference room was packed with executives. Horizon CEO Laura Bennett, her CFO Mark Reynolds, and a team of lawyers and analysts, all dressed in tailored suits, their laptops open and notepads scribbled with figures. The air was thick with tension. The deal was critical, but cultural and linguistic misunderstandings had bogged down discussions for hours. Khalid, a man known for his sharp intellect and impatience with inefficiency, sat at the head of the table. His dark suit was immaculate, his presence commanding. He'd built his empire through decades of navigating complex global markets, but he was growing frustrated with Horizon's team. Their presentations, though polished, missed the nuances of his company's needs, and their responses to his questions felt rehearsed, not thoughtful. He leaned forward, his voice measured but firm, as he tried to clarify a point about supply chain logistics. Laura, a seasoned executive in her late 40s, nodded politely but struggled to address Khalid's concerns. Her team exchanged glances, sensing the deal slipping. Khalid's patience wore thin. He switched to Arabic, his tone sharp, addressing his aide, Omar, who sat beside him. "They're not listening," he said in Arabic. "They keep circling the same points, ignoring what we need. Do they think we're here to waste time?" The room went quiet. The Horizon team, unaware of what Khalid had said, shifted uncomfortably, sensing his frustration but unable to respond. Omar nodded, jotting notes, but before he could translate, a voice cut through the silence. From the corner of the room, "They're trying, Mr. Al-Mansour," the voice said in fluent Arabic, calm and clear. "But they're focused on their own metrics, not yours. If you push them on the timeline, they'll fold." Every head turned. Malik Johnson, the janitor, stood by the credenza, a microfiber cloth in one hand, a bottle of glass cleaner in the other. He was 41, with a lean build and a quiet demeanor. His Navy work uniform faded from years of use. He'd been cleaning the boardroom all morning, wiping down surfaces and refilling coffee carafes, unnoticed by the executives. Until now. Khalid's eyes narrowed, not with anger but with curiosity. "You speak Arabic?" he asked, still in Arabic, his tone skeptical but intrigued. Malik set the cloth down, meeting Khalid's gaze. "Yes, sir," he replied, also in Arabic, fluently. The room remained silent, the executives frozen. Laura's mouth opened slightly, but no words came. Mark, the CFO, leaned forward, his brow furrowed. Omar, Khalid's aide, looked as stunned as the rest. Malik, unfazed, continued in Arabic. "If I may, sir, you're concerned about the supply chain. They're dodging it because their infrastructure isn't ready. You might want to ask about their subcontractor agreements." Khalid leaned back, his expression shifting from surprise to respect. "Who are you?" he asked, switching to English now, his accent thick but clear. Malik hesitated, then answered, "Malik Johnson. I work here. Janitor." The word janitor hung in the air, heavy with disbelief. Laura cleared her throat, trying to regain control. "Mr. Johnson, thank you, but this is a private meeting. If you could—" Khalid raised a hand, silencing her. "No," he said firmly. "Let him speak. He understands more than anyone here." He turned back to Malik, reverting to Arabic. "How do you know Arabic? And how do you know about supply chains?" Malik took a breath, his posture steady but not defiant. "I learned Arabic in the army," he said, still in Arabic. "Served 2 tours in Iraq as an interpreter, 2004 to 2008. Worked with logistics units. Coordinated supply chains for military ops. After I got out, I studied business at community college. But life happened. Now I'm here. Khalid's eyes widened slightly, but he didn't interrupt. Malik continued, his voice even. I've been listening to the meeting while I work. Your company needs faster delivery timelines, but Horizon subcontractors are stretched thin. They're avoiding the topic because they don't have a fix yet. The executives exchanged glances, their discomfort palpable. Laura's face reddened. She hadn't expected the janitor to dissect their strategy. Mark scribbled something on his notepad, avoiding eye contact. Khalid, however, was riveted. You're telling me you've been cleaning this room and analyzing our deal at the same time? He asked, a hint of amusement in his voice. Malik nodded. It's hard not to listen when you're in a room all day. Khalid laughed, a short, genuine sound that broke the tension. Remarkable, he said, switching back to English. Miss Bennett, why is your best analyst cleaning my coffee cup? Laura stammered, caught off guard. I had no idea, Mr. Al-Mansour. Mr. Johnson isn't part of our team. He's employed by the building's maintenance company. Then your maintenance company has better talent than your boardroom, Khalid said, his tone sharp but not cruel. He turned to Malik. Sit down. Join us. Malik hesitated, glancing at the executives, then at his cleaning supplies. I'm on the clock, sir. I've got work to do. Your work is here now, Khalid said, pointing to an empty chair. Sit. Malik set his supplies down and took the seat, his movements deliberate. The executive stared, unsure how to react. Laura forced a smile, but her eyes betrayed her unease. Mark whispered something to the lawyer next to him, who shook his head. Omar, Khalid's aide, watched Malik with mix of curiosity and wariness. Khalid leaned forward, addressing Malik directly. You heard my concerns about the supply chain. What would you do? Malik took a moment, then spoke, his voice steady. Your company needs delivery guarantees for the solar panels, but Horizon subcontractors are overseas, and they're dealing with port delays. You should push for a clause that penalizes late deliveries but incentivizes early ones. It'll force them to prioritize your contract. Laura interjected, her tone defensive. We've already addressed delivery timelines in our proposal. No, you haven't, Malik said, cutting her off politely but firmly. Your proposal assumes ideal conditions. Mr. Al-Mansour's company operates in Saudi Arabia, where delays can cost millions. You need to account for that. Khalid nodded, impressed. Exactly, Ms. Bennett. Your team has been dancing around this all morning. Why? Laura hesitated, then admitted, our subcontractors are reliable, but global shipping has been unpredictable. We didn't want to overpromise. Then say that, Khalid said, his voice firm. Don't waste my time with half-answers. This man, he gestured to Malik, understood my needs better than your entire team, and he's been cleaning your windows. The room fell silent again. Malik sat quietly, his hands folded, aware of the eyes on him, but not shrinking under their weight. He wasn't here to upstage anyone. He'd only spoken because Khalid had addressed him directly. But now, the dynamic had shifted. The executives, once confident, were scrambling to regain footing. Khalid, meanwhile, was focused entirely on Malik. Tell me more about your time in the Army, Khalid said, his tone softer now, genuinely curious. Malik nodded, choosing his words carefully. I enlisted at 19, right out of high school in Detroit. Got trained as an interpreter because I'd studied Arabic in school. My mom was a teacher, pushed me to learn languages. In Iraq, I worked with commanders, translated for local leaders, helped coordinate supply drops. Saw a lot of deals go right and a lot go wrong. Learn how to read a room, figure out what people aren't saying. Khalid listened intently, his fingers steepled. And after the Army, got out in '08. Malik said, tried college, got an associate's in business. Wanted to work in logistics, but the recession hit hard. Took whatever jobs I could, construction, delivery. Then this, been at it 5 years. Khalid shook his head, not in pity but in disbelief. 5 years cleaning floors, and you speak better Arabic than my aide. You understand supply chains better than these executives. Why are you still here? Malik shrugged, a small, almost self-conscious gesture. Bills don't pay themselves. It's steady work. Khalid turned to Laura. This man should be on your team. Why isn't he? Laura fumbled for an answer. We don't typically recruit from maintenance staff, Mr. Al-Mansour. Our hiring process is rigorous. Then your process is broken, Khalid said, cutting her off. You have a man with military experience, language skills, and business acumen mopping your floors. That's not rigor. That's negligence. Mark, the CFO, spoke up, his tone cautious. With all due respect, Mr. Al-Mansour, we didn't know about Mr. Johnson's background. We'll look into it. Don't look into it, Khalid said. Fix it. Now. He turned back to Malik. What do you want to do, Mr. Johnson? Stay here cleaning or work for me? The question caught Malik off guard. He blinked, processing it. Work for you, sir? Yes, Khalid said. I need someone who speaks my language, literally and figuratively. Someone who understands deals, who sees what others miss. You'd be based in Riyadh, working on my logistics team. Name your salary. The executives gaped, their pens frozen above their notepads. Laura's smile was gone, replaced by a look of panic. Malik, for the first time, seemed unsure. I'd need to think about it, he said. I've got family here, responsibilities. Khalid nodded, respecting the answer. Fair, but don't think too long. Opportunities like this don't wait. He handed Malik a business card, gold embossed with his personal contact information. Call me by tomorrow. Malik took the card, slipping it into his pocket. Thank you, sir, he said, his voice steady but his mind racing. He stood, picking up his cleaning supplies. I should get back to work. Khalid smiled, a rare, genuine expression. You've done enough work today. Take the rest of the day off. Ms. Bennett, make it happen. Laura nodded quickly, still reeling. Of course, Mr. Al-Mansour. Malik left the boardroom, his cart rattling softly as he pushed it down the hall. Behind him, the meeting resumed, but the energy was different. The executives were quieter, their confidence shaken. Khalid steered the discussion back to the deal, but his focus kept drifting to Malik's words, his poise, his unexpected presence. By the next day, word of the incident had spread through the building. Maintenance staff whispered about it in the break room, proud but stunned. Executives avoided mentioning it, embarrassed by their oversight. Laura called an emergency meeting with HR, demanding a review of their hiring practices. Mark, privately, admitted to a colleague that they'd dropped the ball on talent like Malik. Malik, meanwhile, went home to his apartment, the business card sitting on his kitchen table. He called his sister Aisha in Detroit, telling her what happened. She laughed, then grew serious. Malik, you've been hiding your light for too long, she said. Take the job. You deserve it. He spent the night thinking, weighing his life in Chicago against the unknown of Riyadh. He'd built a quiet, stable routine here, cleaning, paying bills, visiting his mom on weekends. But Khalid's offer was a chance to reclaim something he'd lost, a chance to use the skills he'd buried under years of routine. The next morning, Malik called Khalid. I'm interested, he said simply, but I need details, contract, relocation, all of it. Khalid laughed, delighted. I knew you'd call. Come to my hotel tonight. We'll talk. 2 weeks later, Malik was on a plane to Riyadh, a 1-year contract signed with Al-Mansour's company. His role was logistics coordinator, overseeing supply chains for their renewable energy projects. The salary was triple what he'd made as a janitor, with housing and benefits included. He felt out of place at first, surrounded by executives and diplomats, but his fluency in Arabic and his sharp instincts earned him respect quickly. Back in Chicago, Horizon Innovation scrambled to save face. Laura issued a company-wide memo about untapped talent, and HR began outreach to non-traditional candidates. The story of Malik's moment in the boardroom became a quiet legend in the building, a reminder to look beyond titles and uniforms. For Khalid, the incident was a lesson in humility. He'd come to Chicago expecting to negotiate with corporate elites, only to find the sharpest mind in the room was the man cleaning it. He kept in touch with Malik, mentoring him, and often cited him in meetings as proof that talent could come from anywhere. Malik adapted to life in Riyadh, learning the rhythms of a new city, a new culture. He sent money home to his mom, called his sister weekly, and found himself enjoying the work. Challenging, fast-paced, meaningful. He didn't forget his years as a janitor, though. They'd shaped him, grounded him, taught him to listen when others spoke over him. The boardroom moment faded into memory for most, but for Malik, it was a turning point. He hadn't set out to prove anything, hadn't asked for the spotlight, but when it came, he'd met it with the same quiet strength he'd always carried, silencing the room not with arrogance, but with the undeniable truth of who he was.